Smart 24, driving business.
Welcome to Smart Men's Business and into the second hour of Smart Men's Business. Well, it is a full house and I'm joined with an interesting lady here, and of course she's going to be joining us for the discussions, and Enid Ankunda and with Linda. So, and of course we want to see the fact that we're talking about women today. We want to look at some of the famous quotes that some of the women that we look up to have said, once in a while, yes. And of course, I can't, very own Jessica Lupo once said, educate a man, educate a person, educate a woman, and you educate a nation. Okay. So education is key. Once a woman is educated, they're well learned. Trust me, there's a lot of impact that they can create. That is from our very own. That is Jessica Lupo, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, none other than, and she's a woman, People talk from experience. You see, she's a woman and she is what? She's educating the nation, one way or the other. So we are looking at different pillars in society, mostly women that have become influential, that have over time. We look at the likes of Mother Teresa. She's also a woman, though she was a nun. She was very influential to the point that men listened to her. Because she had power. The power to speak. Yeah, so that is what I can say from our very own Vice President. Well, good morning, Linda. Nice to have you
on the show today. Our guest presenter. It's business unusual today.
Yes. Yeah, business. Get ready. And of course, what do you know? Who do you look up to? Woman, I should say. And what is that quote that has got you where you are as a woman?
All right. Good morning. Happy Women's Day to all the amazing ladies. My name is Linda, and growing up, I always looked up to Michelle Obama.
Interesting.
Her art of leadership and dominating, despite the fact that she is a woman, it didn't make her inferior to take on the leadership roles and doing all of those things that she did. Yeah, and I'd be like, I want to be like that woman. You have that zeal inside of you, and be like, when I grow up, I want to be this woman. But then as you grow up, your interests, women you're looking up to, you start having other people you're looking up to. Yeah, so in my adult age, right now, it is Maggie Chigozi.
Oh, she's quite influential.
Very.
She was here yesterday, and trust me, she had a lot. She's a woman of diversity. She has participated in investment and in the private sector. I mean, she's everywhere in investment, agriculture. She has touched every little bit in life.
Yeah, and I think those key people, those key women that are that influential, they still show us and actually encourage us to get empowered. As a woman, you can do so much despite your gender. You can't sit behind like, I can't do this because I'm a woman. No. All these women have made it. Why can't we do it? We can be in the same spaces as them. We can do what they have done. We can run businesses, we can be in the leadership spaces, we can, we can be public speakers and inspirational speakers out there. So they are really doing a lot to empower us all, women, majorly.
Actually, talking about Michelle Obama, like she said, right here we're saying that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and the willingness to work hard for them. then they also go ahead to tell us that the future of our world is only as bright as the future of our girls. So once the future of the girl child is bright, trust me, the world will be bright.
It is quite funny how we've been advocating for women empowerment over the years. I think more than, I don't know how many years ago, really. And of course, though women, we've seen women strike hard to be in leadership.
To make it.
Yeah, to make it, even to mostly top leadership positions.
Yeah.
I could say maybe president. Not So maybe that's the highest for now. Yeah. If there were gods, they would be gods.
There is this interesting quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. She said that a woman is like a tea bag.
Okay.
You never know how strong she is until you put the tea bag in the hot water.
hot
So
water.
until she taps into those places, you'll never know how strong a woman can
Very
be.
true.
We've seen the president of Tanzania. Yeah.
People thought women wouldn't lead countries, by the way.
Wow.
And they're doing it.
Really
They're doing it
taking
even
Tanzania by
better
leaps and
than
bounds.
some men presidents are doing it. So,
But actually you realize, do you know what drives us? It's because we want to show the world what we're capable of.
Exactly.
What we have.
We can't always stay in
Even-
the 80 years.
exactly.
The African tradition of that is why we are here, actually. That is why we're here. You know, there's space, room for everyone, even in media.
We want to show that we can do it. Actually, there's a quote that says, there's something special about a woman who dominates in a man's world. Like it takes a certain grace, strength, intelligence, fearlessness, and the nerve to never take no for an answer. This quote was by Rihanna.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Famous.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, they're telling you that the nerve to never take no for an answer.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do this, and I'm going to do this. I do not have, I don't want to leave room for, now, this lady won't be able to do this. Mercy won't be able to represent us, when it comes to such a project. But then we're learning never to
Through the right
say no.
guidance, through the right guidance, I feel like we can do it. I mean,
We can do it.
What do you mean? I have the same limbs like you do. We've seen. We shall talk about that when we get into sports and what. But then today we're going to be looking at today's theme. Today, 2024, and today's theme rotating about women inclusion. Yeah, looking at the gender disparities in the different workplaces. Oh, you find in a place where 1 is a woman, the rest are men. What's that? Yeah, there has to be a balance. Let's say there be 4 women, 6 men, 30,
Yeah.
40, 60% or a 50-50%.
Yeah, there should be fair representation and participation of women everywhere, in all aspects of society, from education to
The business world.
to the business world, to all spheres of the community. There should be equal and fair participation and representation of women. Because there is also so much they can do. They can add so much and reach decisions to the community.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is really so much women can do. Yeah, there is so much women can do. So I just believe we should advocate more for that.
For the empowerment.
For the empowerment, women inclusion, because it fosters diversity and brings about equal opportunities for women in society as well.
Well, today's day, Women's Day, is going to be in Katakwi district. And under the theme of accelerating gender equality through women's economic
Empowerment.
Talk about gender equality, that is what we're talking about. It's among the SDGs that the UN is trying to push for.
Trying to bridge the gap.
Yeah, to bridge that gap, Let's cut off the cultural norms of a woman shouldn't do this. What do you mean?
Yeah. Actually, with the empowering women, I believe accelerating gender equality through, empowering women. This means that they're able to create conditions where women have more more control over their economic lives. No, it's not like I have to be left aside in everything. Women can also be key drivers in major issues or activities. They can, because we've seen businesses being run by women.
Yeah.
And most organizations, we have CEOs who are women, and they're doing a very great job in there. So we have to achieve this. And by achieving this, when it comes to economic empowerment, here we have financial independence. Financial independence. Like, I do not have to depend on maybe my husband or maybe someone. Women, gone are the days whereby a woman would sit back at home, like we discussed with Mercy earlier in our morning discussion. We were talking about some of the women that have gone out of their way to get things done for themselves. Because, these days, most responsibilities are now handled by women. Tuition for the kids and all that. So we're talking about that independence. We don't need women to be the stay-home mothers, the housewives. They can also go out there and do something.
Yeah. And when it comes to what you've just said, actually, I feel also a man who has a woman that works and is such an ambitious person.
Yeah.
They'll definitely be proud of them. You don't want to always be the men out there. You don't want to be the ones bringing everything to the table all the time.
Yes.
You will also appreciate
At
it.
a point, it's frustrating.
Yeah, you will also appreciate the fact that your woman also brings something to the table. Yeah, it can't always be you bringing things. And I'm sure life is even much better that way.
Exactly.
Because when you're providing, when it's one-sided, the provision is one-sided, at some point you will do it for a
You
meantime.
overstrain even.
But later, as time goes by, trust me, you'll start looking at your woman as a burden.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think the other strategy that we can use to empower women is addressing the bias. The bias that people think of women. Yeah, we can, we raise awareness, we minimize teaching women and give them opportunities, give them platforms to be out there and be outstanding and see what they can do.
What they can
also be the best of themselves.
Yes.
Well, you can actually imagine the IMF. IMF managing director, the International Monetary Fund, is a lady.
A lady.
Do you know she's one woman that speaks and people don't really listen? You can imagine.
That is now the influence.
Yeah, she was actually
that women have commanded.
Of World Bank at one point from 2017 to 2019. So you can imagine one of the most influential entities in the world, led by a woman.
A woman.
And they are thriving.
And they're making it.
They're thriving. Yeah.
So I believe women should also have, access to income, like that access to income, and then they can also own these assets. They can own assets. It's not all about that. It's men that have to have properties and assets and all that. No, even the women, we can have access to income. We can own the properties and assets, and it feels good when a woman is out there and she's shining.
Oh, well, of course, yesterday, actually, as we are still in the EU and Ugandan partnership, looking at the different partnerships that we are going to create with EU. Actually, yesterday we looked at a report where we actually have exported more.
Yeah.
We've exported more to the European Union, European countries than we've imported. We actually exported over $800 million.
Oh,
Yes.
Interesting.
Then when it came to imports, we imported 700. So there is a difference of 100.
100 million.
Yeah, that means if we add value, so you can imagine if we add value in our product, there is something that we will do for ourselves. So yesterday, the European Institute Investment Bank actually partnered with different bank institutions here in Uganda, and they are pushing for women empowerment. And guess what?
Good strategy.
Yes. So Ugandan micro businesses will receive 100 million euros.
The micro businesses.
Yeah. Mostly focusing on women.
It's a good strategy.
Isn't that interesting?
Very.
Yes, we're talking about it just because now looking at 2020 when we had COVID-19, I think this is the time where most economies are getting up. Yeah,
They're trying to recover.
they're trying to recover. Though yes, year was a recovery year.
Some applies to this year
Even this
because
year.
people are still getting out of that.
Yeah. So
Effects.
Yeah.
yeah. So the European Investment Bank and Rural Development Bank actually announced an agreement to make a 100 million euro available to the private sector enterprises with a focus on female borrowers and micro enterprises in rural areas. I will say this: women are still challenged with access to finance.
True.
Because they do not have collateral. Which banking institution would want to lend money to a woman who cannot actually defend themselves and be like, you know what, in case take my house,
Take my land.
There is no collateral.
Because they don't have the houses.
Exactly.
They don't have the cars. All these things are owned by men.
By men.
And men will actually stand out and say, these are my things.
Yeah, true.
There is no man that will let you use their house or their land, much as you're married to them, as collateral. It can't happen.
That's why we need the empowerment.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
of
why
course.
we need the empowerment. Because you need to break down these barriers.
We need to be able to, make our own financial decisions for ourselves and for our families.
You know, it's amazing how many will say, okay, society says, when you're married, whatever belongs to the man belongs to you. But if it comes to that specific part where she said you need collateral to borrow money from the bank, those are the man's things. Trust me,
Don't
he will
touch
say,
them.
these are my things.
No, we go for a divorce.
And then like,
And
you're
I
supposed,
50.
well, we know you're supposed to
But no, these
respect the
days-
men.
There is something to that. These days, if you get a divorce, you go away with what you brought in.
You brought in.
Yeah, there's nothing like 50%.
Oh, like the saga that happened, was it last year, whereby the property of the man was in the names of the mother.
That was so old.
Heartbreaking.
People are signing prenups. Yeah, you're not here for my money. You're here.
No, but then it's okay. That is why women out there, they shouldn't be moved, they shouldn't be shaken, they shouldn't be scared. Because this is what we want. By the time a man stands up and they're like, you have nothing, I already have something. Because I'm working. I'm able to sustain myself. I'm able to keep myself even without you. That is now what we want. Okay, we are not telling women to be defiant or something.
Or disrespect their husband.
Or disrespect their husbands. No. But then this has to be like an eye-opener to a woman out there. Imagine your husband, God forbid, is no more tomorrow. He's been the one bringing in income at home and, all those things. Or imagine you part ways. How are you going to sustain yourself?
Well, of course, I think we shall get into this discussion after there's a clip that is going to come in about this as they addressed, handing over the euros.
Our money. We should call it our money. Yes, our money.
Yeah, we shall be right back.
Smart 24, driving business.
Rachel Rich. The Queen Cobra, the password of the money, the original no spare parts, the 11th commandment, the question and the answer.
Moses, I know you want money, but I'm also broke.
Ah, no. Money is not an object. These days, Momo sorts me out anytime. In fact, my sister, let me also sort you out.
Really?
I've just sent you instructions on how to get a loan on Momo. I'm here for you. Can I borrow some chips?
When you need a loan, you've got MTN Momo. We're Sotinge. Use the Momo app or dial star 165 star 5 hash for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Is my joy. Ono bulu magiki wange. Ayo talaba kumabala atukuza nonyirirawo kirako enyange tayisa bubi faburiki kyonna kyekiri kigwa lwa bulu magiki. Bulu magiki is my choice. Ono bulu magiki ye wange. And the blue magiki is my choice. Hey, ono blue magiki ye wange. Yeah.
3 years I was working and I was giving him all my money, and then I walked away when I realized I'm being used. I don't know how we got here.
I wanted to give you something that is really special for you. I need you to turn around.
Dive into incredible journeys of women who have risen to the top in their industries. From CEOs to entrepreneurs, from negotiation techniques to leadership development, these women share tools that have fueled their success. Don't miss the chance to be part of a movement that celebrates, uplifts, and empowers women in business. Learn about innovative approaches, overcoming obstacles, and fostering a mindset of resilience. Tune in to Women in Business. Let the inspiration fuel your own path to success.
Smart 24, driving business.
Welcome to our hour. We're going to give you what is happening in entertainment and sports. And also, we're going to be looking at what is happening in sports. And today we're going to be looking at influential women in sports. Well, I don't know if the ladies right here know a few of, but you can't fail not to know. You can't fail not to recognize some of the women that have, that have made it in the world of sport.